Hey everyone. So let's talk about jazz to upright or not to upright and why the short scale bass. Hofner V64 125th anniversary gold line edition. They only made 125 of these, and I think they only made 10 in the violin finish. So this is rare. This is has the original pyramid gold flat wounds, and this is the nicest sounding Hofner I have personally ever owned, and I've owned a half dozen. Um, Beautiful bass. So, upright bass. Why does it sound like it does? It's got a 40-inch speaker, the body. 40-inch speaker is going to take some time for a note to develop. That's why you get that note swell and quick decay and that thumpy sound depending on strings, and why it sits underneath everything differently than electric bass, which is punchy and very forward. And so you're trying to emulate that when you play jazz. This bass gets closer than any electric bass, I think, because it's built like an upright bass, minus the F-holes. It's a hollow body, floating bridge, tailpiece, and a short scale has more evenness up and down the notes on the neck than a 34-inch scale. Hopefully you all know that already. I'll demonstrate. Let's play a... Hear how even that all was? That's not going to happen on a 34. The other thing that I've noticed is crossing strings like you would on an upright and hitting notes, open notes to facilitate movement that may or probably not in the chord that you're playing over, which happens a lot on upright. Has a lot to do with why it sounds like it does. With a 34-inch scale, when you play an open note versus a fretted note, they sound very different. They don't on this because it's a short scale, plus it has a 0 fret. So your open note is metal to metal, just like unlike a 34-inch scale Fender. Hear the similarity? It also helps to play it in what I call the Bill Wyman stance. A lot of nonsense there, but you get the idea. The evenness of sound, man. It's physics. A short scale bass, for whatever reason, any short scale, not just because of the 0 fret, is more even up and down the neck than a 34-inch scale. I think the 34-inch scale Fender became adopted for a couple reasons. One, it was the most ergonomic bass of its time. It hung properly because of the upper strap post across from the 12th fret. Mass produced, they were relatively inexpensive, and they got used on all the early recordings we grew up on. So that sound is ingrained in our head. But if you think about the British invasion stuff, it's all short scale basses. So you've got that sound too. And as I've gotten older and dealing with age issues and arthritis, I've gravitated back to these for a lot of reasons. Form following function, it was originally because of arthritis in my thumb and in my shoulder and my back, and having to sit at gigs with a heavy bass where I can stand a lot longer with something like this that weighs 4.5 pounds, you know. You know, and the string spacing is closer here, and I'm terrible with a pick, but with this bass, the Steve Swall thing, up picking, I can't do it. It's like, must have practiced that for a long time. Great bass player. That's a felt pick, by the way. That's the opening bass line to my jazz trio, Trebus, um, Downtrot. The song is called Downtrot. Look us up on Bandcamp. We just finished recording a CD, old school, live, direct to a mixer and out to a laptop. Had it mastered by a guy in Brazil. Came out pretty good. Anyway, I think I'm out of stuff to say. Seizures later. Be kind to one another. It's the only thing that matters.